everyone. We're all here to just tell you before these episodes begin that we're playing Call of Cthulhu. I am the keeper of arcane secrets, and these chuckleheads.
You had one job,
keeper of arcane.
Had one title.
Keeper of arcane lore, and all of these chuckleheads are playing investigators. Sarah, how does this game system work?
Okay, so basically Call of Cthulhu works on a 1d100 based system. You have a base score number that corresponds to things you're good at, and your goal is to roll underneath that number. If you roll half under that number, you've had a hard success, so you're doing really well. And if you roll under 1/5 of that number, it's an extreme success and you're doing great. Basically, there's still an incentive to have a high number as your score because there's a greater chance that you're going to roll under that number. We are all investigators and it's fun.
Ben, how is this different than just regular Dungeons and Dragons, Ben?
Well, you see, Luke, both Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu have roleplay elements, but Call of Cthulhu really has roleplay elements as the core to the primary rules and systems of how this game works.
Mm-hmm.
Roleplay is really important.
Yeah, it's rules light, roleplay high, death high, because don't get in a fight.
Except Luke doesn't like to kill us.
We're very good at not getting in fights, so this should be great for us.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
If you encounter stuff, you need to run away.
Are we not going to mention the insanity stuff?
Oh, Sam, why don't you talk about insanity and luck?
So, another big difference between Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu is on the character sheet, there's a couple of extra counters. There's sanity and there's luck. And those numbers are based on, I believe, with sanity, it's your power.
Yeah.
And so, say that sanity, it's a scale from like 1 to 100. And the higher the sanity is on that scale, the better off you are. Because if you go down, because as Sarah said before, you want to have high numbers so that there's a chance you'll roll under that and succeed, you'll lose sanity and it'll get worse and worse. And then you go crazy.
Yeah. So if you start failing sanity checks, you will lose more sanity, which will lead you to lose more sanity. And then luck is just a predetermined thing that every character has. And that's just for things that don't fall under any of the skills. So that's your brief overview of Call of Cthulhu. Please don't.
If you're interested in it, you can go online and find the PDF. There's like a quick rule book that explains different things, because definitely every skill, like your HP, your MP, your movement, it all depends on the numbers you have at the top for your different things. Yeah.
Also, keep in mind this entire time, these are just fragile humans and they're very prone to breakage. So if they go headlong into danger, they'll get fucking cracked like an egg. Anyways, I hope that you enjoy these special Weenie Hollow special episodes.
I love
Thank you,
that there's
everyone, for
no context for people who aren't in the Discord server as to why we're calling it Weenie Hollow.
Happy Weenie Hollow, everybody.
Happy
Weenie
Hollow.
Hello, and welcome to a special episode of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your keeper of arcane lore, Luke, and joining me is...
My name is Ben.
And I am Kharla.
I'm Sarah.
Hello, my name is Sam.
Welcome to this book!
Sorry. I wanted to get it out of my system once.
We find ourselves in the book club room, cozily cuddled in the corner. Underneath a large quilt is a tiny black-haired halfling with square-rimmed glasses, Allena Hollyfield. She is reading a small leather-bound book on the evening in the middle of summer, or early summer, I should say. On the cover, it says "In the River" by R.S. Wilk. And as she opens to the front page, chapter 1, The Arrival in Cornby, it is late afternoon on an autumn day we see a figure in a small wagon being pulled along by a very old, very, very old horse. In the wagon, covered, are a few crates of pottery. And this wagon with the figure is traveling along this dirt road. The wind, it's a cold day, as it is in the evenings during autumn. You are on the road to this small riverside town of Cornby. You are traveling along the road, which follows the winding path of the Potomac River. Sam, can you describe your character, who is the one driving this wagon?
My character is a how would I describe this? Like, he's
a human.
He's a human male. He has like medium length blonde curly hair and brown eyes, sitting behind a set of round spectacles on his face. He has a scar on his left cheek, and he at the moment has a pipe in his mouth that he's not smoking at the moment, he's more chewing on it as he passes this cold, kind of darker area just to calm his nerves as he rides on the trail.
Okay. What's your name of the horse? What's the name of this horse? Your faithful yet old horse. I would describe this horse as Musty.
Musty?
Yes.
The horse's name is Gretchen.
That's a great name.
And she has been my companion for many years, ever since I first started traveling to buy and sell whatever knickknacks and wares that people that I bump into are willing to buy or sell.
Wonderful. So this is your first time traveling to Cornby. You are a traveling merchant, yet you have never spent any period of time in this town. As you are on the road, make a spot hidden roll.
Oh shit. Where's my spot hidden? I'm about to get stabbed. Oh shit.
You picked the wrong town to come by there, folks.
So, my spot hidden is 25, and I got a 33.
Wonderful.
Shit.
You continue down the road, oblivious. Meanwhile, in the loosely packed woods alongside the road, we see another individual. This one pulling along, probably with just one hand, a small cart of wood. In this cart is a large axe, which is used for felling trees. Ben, can you describe your character, your investigator?
We're not giving names, right?
I didn't give my name.
Okay.
Oh, you cannot give your name if you don't want to give your name, yes.
Okay. It's a very tall man, broad-shouldered. He's wearing sort of like a rolled-up fleece shirt. He's got some tight overalls with some heavy leather boots. He's got some long, shaggy hair with a handlebar mustache.
What's the forearm
hell yeah.
hair situation?
It's very hairy.
This is amazing.
So he's got black, raggedy, long hair with a black, giant handlebar mustache. Some of it is like in a little bit of a ponytail on his back.
Oh, this is lovely.
And he also has some pale green eyes.
Okay. You, walking home from the woods as you do most evenings, with a full, not wheelbarrow, but pull cart full of wood, are watching the road for travelers, again, as you do most nights, and see this old horse pulling this wagon with a blonde-haired individual chewing on a pipe. It is up to you. You don't think that they have noticed you whatsoever, not that you're trying to be hidden or away, just that they seem to be preoccupied with other things. What would you like to do?
Okay. I think I will. I think I'll leave my cart a little bit behind.
Yes.
I'm just gonna approach and greet this mysterious person whom I've never seen before in my entire life.
Absolutely. Do you just call out, yell?
Yeah, I'll yell out to them. Well,
Absolutely.
howdy there!
Oh, I stop my car. I stop
Mhm.
my horse, and I kind of look over to where the sound came from. I'm guessing he's like in clear view. Of
Yeah,
where
I'm not intentionally trying to hide myself. I'm literally making myself as visible as I possibly can. As I walk forward, waving my hand, saying, howdy!
I take my pipe out of my mouth and I say, "Oh well, greetings."
Sorry,
how-
I didn't mean to scare you. Were you a little bit...
Oh, it's
seemed a
it's
little bit spooked there.
No, that's sorry. I just I've just never been down this way. It's
Oh,
different.
first timer. Well, we don't have many of those around here anymore. What's your name?
I kind of like I'm gonna like scan the area just to be like, is this maybe a trap? I would say I've definitely been robbed a couple of times before.
Yeah,
There's been different
you've been on the
tactics for
road.
it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll say with your prior role of spot hidden, you would not to your best ability, you cannot see anyone else amidst the woods or around.
I'm gonna slide off of my little seated area. I'm gonna pat Gretchen's side and I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna hold out my hand and greet, like, well, it's very nice to meet you. My name is Donovan.
As soon as he says his name, I'm going to give him a firm handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, shaking it wildly. Edric Wigram, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
How much taller are you than
We're
Donovan?
actually the same height.
Are you the same height?
Yeah, we're the same height.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the height? This
60.
is important to me.
6.
60. 60.
That I don't know how to translate that into like.
That's not a height.
I
The
don't know
height's
how
up to you. The height's up to you.
Okay, then I'm probably like 5'8".
Okay. Maybe I'm just like 5'9". Just a little taller.
That's
Slight
pretty
difference.
much the same. Sure.
Okay.
So Edric,
Yes.
and Donovan, you shake hands. A strong gust of cold autumn air blows many of the fallen leaves and kind of blows your clothing around very uncomfortably. It's a very cold breeze. You might want to think about getting back to town and getting inside for the night before you get sick or something else.
So, were you planning on heading to Cornby there and staying the night, or were you just going to all pass through?
I'm gonna walk back to my car and pull out my map that I have in the back
Absolutely.
just to check and like Cornby. Yes, that's where I was heading next. You said not a lot of people travel through. I'm guessing you live in town, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm one of the resident loggers there.
Okay. I was wondering if maybe you would want to finish the travel there possibly with me. I am embarrassed to say that I've been taking this road for quite a long time. I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to turn at this point.
Well, sure, I'll be pleased as punch to help guide you to Cornby.
Oh, thank you so much.
I need to get my logs back to town anyway, so just follow me.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna go back to my cart,
Okay.
and I'm going to travel in front of them.
Absolutely. You can very easily pull your little pull cart, have a conversation, like small talk, as you make the probably 40-minute walk back into town.
I forgot to introduce somebody to you. I'm going to reach around into my cart, and I'm going to pull out a rather like large sort of like puppet
Yes.
made of wood.
Made of
It's-
wood? Like carved?
Yeah. Well, it's like
Pinocchio.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, it's like one of those
I was
ones where I
imagining
would-
like a puppet you wear on your hand,
well,
not
it's,
one.
I would
Yeah.
like I hold it, like I put my hand in the
mhm.
back and then just like carry it around and have it
Yeah.
Marionette?
hang. Yeah, almost like a marionette. And
Like
it's
a nutcracker.
It's got wearing like a weird that tricorn jester cap
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's wearing like one of those happy masks.
Yes, like the theater.
It's just
comedy.
dressed up like a creepy jester.
Wonderful.
With pantaloons.
With the pantaloons.
And this is my little friend, my partner in crime. His name's Sid. Introduce yourself there, Sid. Bonjour, monsieur.
Excellent.
This
is wonderful.
It's very nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. It's good, sir.
Oh no, I'm sorry to everyone that's French.
I'm gonna. So going through Donovan's mind is now the fact that he might not get robbed, but I think he's with the crazy person in town.
Oh
now.
yeah, this doll is very intimidating to look at.
It's not a robber, it's a murderer.
I'm gonna. Donovan's gonna quickly look away and try and think of something else to talk about that might not involve the puppet, because he does want to keep on good terms with this person who's nice enough to help him travel into town. He's gonna say, is it usually this cold around this time of year?
Well, normally it's usually a little bit warmer, but recently we've been having a little bit of a cold front coming on in. It's a little shocking to everybody in town, so we're just trying to get what we can from the harvest and getting all the supplies ready for the winter.
Well, that explains all the firewood that you have with you.
Yes, it's also handy for expanding our little village here.
Oh, that's very nice.
So, as you make small talk about the weather and general climate of the region, as you would do with a complete stranger
and puppets.
And puppet, talking about the puppet, you make your way into the town of Cornby. It is built on the bank of the two banks of the river, the large river Ponomac, which you are traveling along. And there's a small island situated in the middle of the river, which is connected to either side of the banks by bridges. So if you wanted to get from one side of the town to the other, you would take the bridge across. Easy enough, right? On this small island is a large, almost, I would describe it as a Grecian temple, made of with the pillar and what is it, frieze? Do y'all know what I mean?
Not entirely.
What do
like
I
a Greek
remember
temple?
from classics?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. That seems to be there. Donovan, you could easily recognize that as a temple to Stivus, the predominant god in this part of the world. On the far side of the bank from where you are, there is a large inn that seems to be not bustling. There doesn't seem to be many people there, but it does seem to be where anyone coming to town would want to go. There also seems to be a small shelter next to it that you could leave your wagon at, Donovan. Out front, as you pull up, there is a older man having a conversation with a old but not as old man. Kharla, what is your character? Who is your character? This old man.
This old man is 5'6". He's sort of stout. Imagine Monopoly Man, but instead of white, just plain white hair, it's sort of gray turning white, because he's only 47 years old, He's getting old, but not old yet.
47 is pretty old.
47 is not old. Don't believe what he says. Old is 100 years old. You're young. Anyways, so his hair is gray, turning white. He has wide-rimmed, circular black glasses.
Wonderful. Does he have a cane?
He does not have a cane, but at this point he's sort of wearing a nice brown coat to keep him warm.
Wonderful. And Sarah, please describe your character who is speaking with Carlos.
My name or just my appearance?
Your appearance, please.
Yeah, I'm human. I'm a pretty big guy. Pretty tall, pretty wide. I've got brown hair and I've got a full beard. I'm wearing tall, waterproof boots and a heavy coat.
Wonderful. And the two of you are having a conversation regarding a man named Herman who is currently within the inn called the Dogwood.
That damn Herman.
Fucking Herman.
Finnick, you have had like the report came in earlier to you, and by report I mean Calvin came and spoke to you earlier about taking in Herman for crimes against Calvin, to which you had resisted, and now once more Calvin seems to be having a conversation with you, trying to get you to take Herman into custody or question him at this point.
Well, you see here, Calvin. We need proof. We can't just bring him in.
Oh, I can show you proof. I can show you some good proof. And I'm gonna stand up and, Luke, you mentioned to me earlier about some barrels. Would they be big enough that I could have one with me?
Absolutely. You could have grabbed one out of the water by one of your fishing sites and brought them with you.
All right. I'm going to stand up and gesture towards this barrel next to me, and I'm going to say, if you think I don't have evidence, take a look at this. And I lift up the lid, and I point towards a barrel full of dismembered sheep parts. I found this in the water where I was fishing. If this isn't an opportunity to sabotage my operation, I don't know what is.
I'm going to look inside the barrel, and then I'm going to observe the sheep. Does the sheep look, so this was underwater, yes?
Yes.
Do they look like they were freshly killed, or were they
It
carved?
looks like a lot of the meat was cut off of it, and it seems to be just bones or skin that remains, and it seems to be, by your best approximation, there's maybe like 2 sheep's worth of remains in this fairly large barrel. Like it's not completely full.
Is that do you have any more thoughts, or is that it?
I was looking at the skill list.
Okay.
It seems as if the barrel was sealed, but the seal was broken. And it seems that the remains were submerged for not any overly long period of time. Like it's not like they were underwater for like a month or something. It seems to be relatively recent. They don't like any of the skin hasn't decayed any more than it would have if it was on land. And you, Donovan and Edric, arrive at the Dogwood as this is occurring and can smell this kind of stench which is released from the barrel of just decaying animal.
If Herman isn't the reason that all his fish are beautiful and large and all my fish are tiny and dying, I don't know what is. He knows I'm a single bass away from beating his record, and he'll do anything to stop it. And this is my proof.
Your proof is dead sheep.
Who else would put it in the water? Look, I'm not saying this means he's guilty. I'm just saying means you should take a look at him.
Does
And-
Ian always smell like sheep?
Mayor Fairway, I've always voted for you. I've always supported you. But if you're not going to take a look at this and take it seriously, I might have to give my support to someone else at the next election.
Wait. Listen, okay? I completely support all of my people, and I will keep watch. Don't you worry there, Calvin. Don't you worry there. I am going to look at this case, and I'm taking it very, very seriously.
Well, I appreciate your consideration, Mayor.
I'm gonna take out my notebook, like
Okay.
my flip notebook,
Your moleskin?
my moleskin notebook. And do we have pens or just feather pens? Whatever.
You mean a quill?
Just
You're gonna
a
take out
writing
your
utensil.
notebook and your quill and your pot of ink and sit on the ground and get ready.
And I'm
And then
going
what are
to
you gonna
write it
write?
down in my to-do list.
What is it? What else is on your to-do list?
Oh, my to-do list is go get bread at the grocery store.
It's a shopping list.
That's to-do list, go get bread. I
Shopping
have a son.
list. Bread, milk, justice.
On it is like, go get fish from Herman, and in brackets he just wrote in, check in about dead sheep.
Wow.
Oh, I love it.
So is there any actions the rest of you would like to take you're all in the same general area. You, Donovan, are hitching up your horse, Gretchen, and kind of detaching all of the necessary tack from the wagon. It seems safe enough to just leave your things in the cart if you plan on staying here through the night.
I'm just gonna ask, why am I so bad with names? Ben?
Edric?
Edric? I'm gonna turn to Edric, who I hope hasn't left yet.
Nope, not left yet.
So I'm gonna turn to Edric and I'm gonna say, do you know how much they charge a night here?
Would I know how much they charge a night?
You would probably eat here, but I don't know if you would sleep here.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with what they serve here for dinner and such, but I've never actually stayed here myself, so I don't know what they charge for boarding here.
I'm gonna take.
It may be best to go in there and ask yourself, I guess.
I'm gonna take out my pouch. Because at this point he's already dropped off a lot of the big stuff and money back in his hometown for his sister Alice to go through and sell. And he only just stopped in one other town before this, and he bought a lot of pottery there. So now he's looking at he doesn't have that much money left, but he has enough to maybe just scrape by for a night, and then maybe he'll camp out the rest of the time. Maybe he'll hold off a bit.
It's probably only 2 more days journey, so it would be just tonight, and then you could camp for one night, and that you'd be able to manage.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
I could also
walk
offer
around to
Donovan to stay at my place for one night if they need to.
You could.
Just because he doesn't want to disturb Sid's nice rest in the night, he's gonna.
Oh no! You don't have to mind Sid. He's perfectly friendly. He's fine with. Aren't you, Sid? Oui, I'm very friendly. Do not let my appearance deceive you.
Donovan's gonna think for a moment and say, I might as well see what they have for food first, and then once I know the price, we could possibly talk it over.
Well, alright then. Well, I need to get these logs back to my lodge, so I'll be seeing you around, Donovan.
And I hold out my hand to shake his hand again.
Another rough, firm shake.
Yep.
He's like,
Does Sid shake hands as well?
No, Sid doesn't shake hands, but after a farewell, I'll just be walking, and Sid's head will just turn 180 degrees to look back and wave.
Oh. Yeah.
Donovan's gonna wave back just in case. He's gonna turn to Gretchen and say, well, that was a fun ride, wasn't it? I'm gonna pet her nose, and I'm going to walk around to the front of the inn. I'm gonna see 2 people standing there. I'm gonna give a very quick and polite good evening, and I'm gonna go inside to see what they have.
Absolutely.
Wait, by 2 people, is it us?
Yes, it's you two.
I'm gonna give a polite wave. I have a question. In terms of what I know about this inn, what are the prices like?
For food, it's probably a copper for dinner. But again, you most likely never have stayed here for the night. You have your own lodgings.
I think just because I'm kind of in need of business, I'm gonna stand up and as Donovan is heading in, I'm just gonna walk over to him and give him a little wave and say, stranger in town, huh?
Yes, I'm traveling through. I'm a traveling merchant, actually. Travel through
a salesperson like me. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet
Calvin.
you as well.
Connolly. So, if you're looking for somewhere good to eat, you want fresh seafood, let me tell you right now, you're not gonna get it at the inn. Their supplier's Herman's Halibut Hut, and you really can't trust him, so if you're looking for something better quality, say you try something, you spend a copper piece, not a lot, and it's not up to par, come talk to me. I run Calvin's Cod Coop, and I can get you something much better quality for a similar price.
Do you only sell cod? Is it a very specific fish, or?
No, I sell other stuff, I just like the name.
Oh. Well,
but I appreciate you bringing that up. It does confuse a good number of people, so thanks for getting that out of the way right away. They'll come to my store and they'll say, I'd like some cod, and if I don't have it in stock, I'll try to offer them branzino, I'll try to offer them halibut. They said, I thought I could only get halibut at Herman's. It's a bit of an ordeal, and I'll probably change it one of these days, but rest assured, I can get you anything you like. That's not true. I can get you a decent supply, and it'll be better quality than whatever they're selling in the inn.
Oh, well, thank you. Wait,
Just make sure, once you head back to whatever town you're from, you tell people about Calvin's, alright? That's my deal for you. Reasonable
Free
price, but spread the word.
Okay, thank you, Calvin.
Alright, take care.
Yeah, have a good evening. I'm gonna head inside.
Yes.
After writing my to-do list, so I stand up. So I'm assuming that while we were talking, he comes in, and Donovan comes in, and Calvin leaves me, and then I sit down and write my list.
Okay.
And then I'm going to follow, because I like new people.
Yeah.
So
this is a
after-
person that you've never seen in your town before,
So
and it's
after-
always good to make a good first impression.
Yes. So after Calvin talked to Donovan, I'll be like, "Oh, new to town, huh?"
Yes, it's nice to meet you. My name is Donovan. I'm a traveling merchant.
Ho, nice to meet you, and I'm going to offer my hand.
I'm gonna shake his hand.
Donovan's
My
poor
name...
hand.
What?
Donovan's poor hand.
My name is Finnick Faraway, the wonderful mayor of this beautiful, beautiful Cornby town. Welcome. What are you doing here?
Oh, well, I'm traveling through, like I said before, I'm a traveling merchant. I like to travel to different towns and set up shop somewhere that doesn't bother main traffic and just see if people have anything interesting they want to sell me or if they want to buy anything I have. Currently, I'm gonna set up for some pottery tomorrow, if you're interested in anything.
We don't get much people here. Things have been not quite well in this town. But anyways, welcome.
Thank you so much for the introduction to your lovely town, Mr. Farway.
And you're gonna stay here in this inn?
If the price is right, I don't have that much at the moment, but if what I heard correctly is 1 copper, then I should be okay for at least one night.
Oh, you know what? Give me a second here. What's the bartender's name? Or the rest, the owner?
Woman who operates the dogwood is named Gretchen.
Hey!
Gretchen again? Hey Gretchen. This guy here is new in town, Donovan. Donovan, meet Gretchen. Gretchen, meet Donovan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Gretchen.
Hi, Donovan.
I'll pay for his meal. Sort of as a welcome gift.
Oh.
Okay? Okay.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. No. I insist, okay? I insist.
Put it on my tab.
Your tab has been over for 5 months.
So, Gretchen, a red-haired, middle-aged woman who seems to operate the inn, heeds this command or wish from the mayor, and brings you, Donovan, a bowl of this dark brown stew as well as a heel of bread. The stew is okay. It is nothing to write home about, but it is warm you up after being out in the cold for the entire day. I presume, Finnick, that you do you stay and chit chat, or do you have things to do, places to be, busy mayor stuff to do?
No, I just walk around. I just walk around in town trying to find out the new tea,
It's campaign season.
You're
He's
like,
getting
this
trying
is
to get
like,
reelected.
what the heck is that game? Animal Crossing. Aren't you the mayor in that game?
Okay.
Don't you just walk around solving people's problems?
I mean, in one of the newer games, you're the mayor, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Eventually, the night does come, and eventually, people must sleep. Edric, you went back to your lodge near the outskirts. Not near the outskirts, but not like in town proper.
Yeah.
Like you had to walk back to town and then a little bit further beyond to get to your isolated little cabin. Calvin, do you just live above your shop?
Yeah, the shop is, the front window is the same building as where I live. I'm just on the top floor.
Okay.
It's called a coop. It's more of a actual house, but gives it that homey small town feel,
And I assume that's right on the water, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Finnick, you return to your large home which is on the far side of the river, the side opposite from the south bank, the side opposite from the dogwood. And Donovan, you are set up with a room for a measly price of 3 silver for the evening.
Oh, wow.
And it is a moderate quality straw mattressed bed on a wooden frame. There's a small cupboard to place your things, a wardrobe, some might call it. Some with a more advanced vocabulary might call it, but me, I call it a cupboard.
Hey, it beats camping outside.
And you all resign yourselves to a lovely night of sleep. And now in this sleep, you have dreams aplenty, such as, please insert dreams here, folks. What do you dream of on this autumn night?
Donovan dreams about when he was younger and he would carve turnips with his sister to set outside their shop to entertain passersby and kind of get people interested in the season and maybe come inside and buy some of their stuff.
I dream that I'm fishing on the dock and suddenly all of my teeth fall out, and as they fall into the water, they transform into little fish and they swim away from me. It's been a stressful week for Calvin.
Finnick dreams about the day that him and his departed wife got married.
This is some heavy backstory dreams, folks.
Sorry.
Edric, what do you dream about?
Edric dreams of the potential future where he leaves his childhood town behind along with Sid, and they travel the world entertaining folks abound. The one day that may come or may not come.
All these dreams give me mixed emotions.
Yes, as all of you have these dreams, which might be stress dreams, they might be the typical dreams of memories or aspirations, whatever fictional dream you pertain to, whether or not it is a happy thing that is waiting to occur, or something that was happy in the past, or just something incredibly stressful like teeth falling out. You all have a common thread between them, which is that at a certain point, a tendril, a bluish black tendril, fleshy tendril will enticingly, like, it will begin to pull you, not in a way which scares you, but in a way which seems almost loving, like it's pulling you towards something that you want to go towards, but you can't make out what that is, only that it's at the other end of this tendril. And then you feel your feet and your legs, and eventually up to your waist and over your shoulders, and you eventually completely submerged in salty water. You have a difficult time breathing for a few moments, but you still feel as if you are going to be, or as if you want to be pulled closer by this tendril. And that's the end of chapter 1. See you tomorrow for chapter 2.
See you tomorrow,
Goodbye.
Peace, my friends.
Have some
On our
sweet dreams.